storms passed. They were spraying us earlier. We got a bunch of pictures. You can still see some of the streaks down there, the crisscross X's that form into those nasty looking fake clouds. Pretty heavy, severe storms. Some of the more intense in this particular area last evening, early this morning. Everything cleared up this afternoon. Cleanup's still kind of going on, but slowly but surely. Get ready to come down and hit this side. Everybody's down at the media site. It's the hangout spot. You hear it's the guy over there playing a harmonica. I can see him. Zoom in. Came walking by earlier. He's been walking around playing it all day. Maybe hard to hear over that Bluetooth. Good afternoon. Just going to do a quick update. We're out here at OKC Tent City. There's quite a bit that hasn't gotten done that we're just going to go get done tomorrow. So Miss Rhonda and I are making a trip into the city. See who else is going to be ready. Rhonda's whole case is all they're waiting on is her award letter for her Social Security, which the City Care Night Shelter supposedly has a digital copy of, but caseworker says they don't have it on file. So I've already gone in there and talked with several of them about that and requesting an audit basically of all the paperwork. There's just things that you can see that's actually transpiring there that, you know, it's not always the homeless ripping each other's off, so I can tell you that. But personal information not being secured is a pretty big deal, and then the fact that it's just one award letter, which is supposed to have a copy, so we're just going to go down and get a original copy. The caseworkers and everything, that's not what they do. They don't have it in their budget. You know, that's the one thing I've heard from like 5 different people in there. They said they don't have it in their budget to case manage. But their case managers are making salaries as if they're actually case managed. I don't understand that whole concept. They don't have it in their budget. They could easily run and get this stuff done for some of these people, but we used to have 4 disabled women, 2 men. Total 6 shouldn't be out here. We have a stroke victim. It's going to be having a gastric bypass surgery coming up. That's going to be really good to be kicked out of a hospital, thrown on the streets after some operation like that, you know. So there's a lot of things that the centers, service providers are supposed to be doing, they're not doing. And the system's in there, the structure's there. You just file the paperwork, you take them to their appointments if you have to. Make sure they have bus passes if you're not able to. That's Lawrence. He trimmed my beard yesterday. Did a horrible job. Everybody was saying how horrible it looked. No, I'm just messing with you. He's like, horrible? Yeah, no. So what's up, Lawrence?
What's up, everybody? How y'all doing?
They want to know what you're doing out here.
I'm homeless.
Yeah. Okay. You want to elaborate?
Yeah.
You want to elaborate? What's your status as a homeless individual?
I got in a car accident. I'm currently seeking SSDI. I'm having trouble with paresthesis. I'm feeling a lot better. I'm still having some issues with I'm still having issues with mobility, and I'm also having issues with my mental health. I have Asperger's syndrome, so I have a lot of truth that is unspoken about, and a lot of truth that's too spoken about, and I got a lot of skills hard to elaborate on without assistance.
How long you been out here?
I've been out here since November, but when I first started here, it's probably like about 3 or 4 years ago. So I've been housed already before, and speaking housing again, looking for a different kind of program besides the loan service program with the Association of Oklahoma. They're doing a pretty good job. It's just pretty busy right now, and everything they have is kind of jam packed because I guess they're merging things together between hospitals and between services, state services, because a lot of things were overfunded, underfunded, and misaccounted for.
Mm-hmm.
They were doing the wrong things with whatever they were spending their money on. So,
I was just talking about something like that, you know. Same thing, just
yeah,
same system.
miscount because everybody was out of coordination with what's supposed to be, keep the economy going forward versus recessing. We have a recessing economy here between social services and people that are, whatever the substance abuses are, is causing an epidemic of things closing down, businesses failing. They can't find people to hire, or they can't figure out what exactly to do to get people to get hired, whether it be coming out. Because I haven't seen anybody actually come out and say, we're doing jobs, you're home, you're looking for a job, any housing opportunities, we know what the hell you can do to do this and that. They haven't any coordination or anything, events or anything being advertised, whether it be on the radio or whether it be coming, like driving down the street, or whether it be at McDonald's, whether it be at Goodwill, or whether it be at Salvation Army. They don't really have much. Just have the same old, staffing agency and firms like that. I've had any job events lately. I was surprised they haven't, because I would think they would.
Job events?
Job events and housing events for like.
What about housing when it comes specifically? Like, what's your, like, if you had a place, like, all right, my ideal place is, like, if you need, like, the extra assistance there, that you need to have that extra staff on site assistance or a responsible roommate, what type of situation are you looking for?
I mean, I haven't necessarily looked for a situation with the housing coordinator here. She does a good job if you ask her. I mean, before they had issues with that. They had issues with staff here, like either being violent or just abusing their authority in this shelter in between these buildings.
Yeah.
And also the other I ain't gonna just necessarily name them all one by one, but all of them pretty much. The long story
There's
short,
an issue with the abuse and the homeless and the very service providers.
That's why there's no caregivers providers here anyways.
Yeah.
People are learning their insurance. They're learning their insurance, learning what Social Security actually is. And a lot of people are not knowing what Alzheimer's is, what dementia is, or what Asperger's is. And those are the three things that are causing people to try to figure out, are they suffering from a disability, or are they suffering from working, or the body is out of order. But long story short, with the housing issue, I was offered housing, but they don't really associate themselves with all the programs that get housing to be able to fund each person, each bed, to figure that out, or have any insurance verification or anything as far as caregivers in the facility. I heard they're going to build something where Honduras is about, like, patient care, but I'm not sure if they were just telling a fib or if it was the truth or not, but that would be an awesome idea to put it closer by this facility. I know that I know Mental Health Association has kind of agreement with OU Health and with Loves and with St. Anthony's, but it'd be nice if they had something with Mercy too as well, and Children's Hospital, but I'm not sure how they're going about doing that. There's also other crimes that are, like, need to be pursued after. I don't want to mention, but they are against either children or just offending against oneself.
Oh yeah, we all know about the crimes against children.
It's a lot of people out here can't sleep out here safely. A lot of it.
That's another thing, and
I always appreciate you guys bringing us out food. We definitely need the food.
But lately, has it not been that there's been a better policing of this area, self-policing?
Yes, it's been a lot.
Because we've had one guy come back twice already, go after a girl out here, and then that got handled. So I mean that's. So we're starting to see where people are shifting and moving in to protect each other out here, which is a good thing,
Yeah, I've seen people starting to slow down on the drugs, actually check the drugs before they get them, and not have the same hallucinations that they were having before. They're starting to get a better understanding of how the economy is moving and what to do, whether they want to work or own a business or start a business or just work a little bit part-time and then do something on the side or something like that, go to school. But I'm not sure how the economy is in this state as far as education levels. I haven't seeked that because not many things offering anything that's, like, I would say, besides project management. So most people need a car. Most people depend on the working history of this SSI. I'm working on just my SSDI versus some other things I got handled as far as how I was working, where I was working at, how many things I've unclaimed that I didn't file working for tax wise, because now you got to claim everything you work for too.
Mm.
Like, might have a little trouble still with my disability, but I don't have a disability. I have Asperger's, if you guys didn't know. I'm not socially awkward. I'm not rude. And that's happened sometimes, and I can explain why. I'm not crazy. I shouldn't be a ward of a state. I shouldn't go missing. I'm not gonna be lost and found where no one can communicate with me. But I've had
Yeah,
my
he's
phones
good.
taken.
Just so you know, he's not crazy. He's not nuts. He's not going to harm himself or anybody
I'm
else.
not gonna
Or
have a gun. I'm not gonna have a knife. I'm not gonna break
he's
the car
just
window.
he's got a pair of clippers, man, and some trimmers.
Right. I cut your hair. Prices do vary.
Yeah.
I'm not licensed just yet, so I just call myself a stylist and not a barber. I do have skills cutting all grades of hair, 1 through 4.
You don't need government's permission to cut somebody's hair.
I know, just
None of their
state
business.
rules. I don't want. He just disclosed to me he had a sexually transmitted disease, and that's something I.
Well, you keep your stuff clean, and yeah, you know, we count on that. But
I didn't know all the rules with that because I haven't been formally trained, but I am trained because I grew up in the barbershop, so I know a lot about that. More than some.
what's one thing we get sent here, like barber wise or something like that, that you could use in your
I
little?
don't have anything specific, but after kind of it's hard. If anyone understands cosmetology, that understands 1 through grade 4 hair, you know, there's different tools for different motions for, you know, doing these raking and forking. I need some different tools. I have some all metal editions, and I have a small good line, which is like a barbershop wall detail kind of style trimmer. I need some new trimmers, and I need new clipper for, I say 1 to 2 hairs. One and 2 style hair. One A, 1 C, and 2A through 2C. I need something that can cut through that. I'm gonna guess what I would need for that would be like a wall super taper X, something like that, and maybe like a balding blade and some other blades with that taper blade or something like that. And then for the trimmer, I probably need something like a G-Wiz, a cordless wireless one, something like that. That'd be kind of cool. I know the blades are like $50, kind of expensive, but I'll probably get that on my own.
Would it come in handy to have barbicide and have it stored? And
I used to have barbershop, but I ran out of it. It lasted me for about 2 years or so. I had like 20 bottles. They last me a long time because it's highly concentrated solution. Yeah, I wasn't cutting hair 2 years ago. I just started cutting hair maybe like a month ago. And the insomnia kind of, it didn't go away completely. I struggle with insomnia too. I have a lot of diagnosis mentally. I have a lot of diagnosis with my health conditions too. I didn't really want to go too far into that. But I forgot what the hell I was talking about. It's got so loud out here. My Asperger's be tripping with me a lot. And then also I have restless leg syndrome and neuropathy.
You're talking about your insomnia though.
Insomnia, yeah, thank you. I was talking about insomnia. Insomnia is crazy when you have bipolar and you're schizoaffective type 1, and you suffer from insomnia, and you have Asperger's at the same time, and PTSD, and major depression disorder. It's crazy because all that leads to understand what I really do have going on. Or as people know, I'm relatively can interpret what the hell's going on in the atmosphere and internally, emotionally, spiritually, and literally and logically, and with ethos and pathos. So yeah, I don't like being touched either. Like I have a real strong issue with that. I don't like being touched. I don't get into any debates, heated arguments. I don't get into any fist fights. I don't much like that. Did have issues a while back that I was pretty regretful. It had to happen the way it happened. I didn't like that, but it had to happen the way it happened. It was pretty ugly. Police were involved and whatever.
What's the hardest thing about being out here?
Hardest thing about being insanity is as far as waiting for your court hearing because you never know what they're gonna say. Because when I first called, they just was toying with my head on the phone so much that I was just like couldn't keep up because I had so much insomnia. It's hard to keep up when you do like telecoms type of work or computer science kind of work and IP networking type of work, and then you have other job history on your job history, and then they verify everything that you're capable of skill wise, and they see that you have all the skill set. They realize either you overpaid, underpaid, or you highly insured, overinsured, you have too much investment, or what's this Dawson Road number? It makes your head just spin because it's like, damn, I know there's a lot of things that escrowed. It's just like, why why picture yourself having to work in so many different ways or stages? Because there's a lot of steps that got to be taken to do Social Security as far as statistics and the Department of Labor statistics. I know they're doing a lot of work with U.S. attorneys. I know they have to take them flights, drive around and communicate clearly to people so they can get stuff done. I know what the president's done as far as for my own self, as far as signing things into legislation to get things paid for. So I'm just only the judge just rule in my favor every day in August. I'm not sure if I'm going to be on the phone or if I'm going to be in the actual courtroom. I have no clue. Cause I'm trying to figure out why the hell do virtual. Because I didn't met the, forgot what his name is. I know it's Ron Barber. I forgot what he does exactly down there in Congress. But I met him and I thought that was kind of strange how I met him and how my caseworker was, I won't say incompetent, but just not understanding what her job is and what her phone does and how she's supposed to learn.
You're pretty much defining incompetent when you're saying they don't understand what their job is and what's their.
She wasn't sober either, so you know.
Oh.
Wasn't just
necessarily with a lot of most people don't know.
She wasn't sober. I had the spirit of discernment, so I realized she wasn't sober at some point. To realize I could have gotten in a car accident. Her took to already been in a car accident. I had 90 miles per hour head on. It fucked up my neck. I have neurological, so I went to the chiropractor to get that back together. So my nerves don't mess with my head, mess with my feet, it's messing with my shit. I got Tourette's, whatnot. I got hard-oriented Tourette's. I got cystic fibrosis on my joints and hands messed up. I got juvenile arthritis. It's been hard for this thing. I'm probably either doing office work or something behind the desk. More than likely. Or maybe television work. I don't know who's working on, you know, radio voice. I still have a good voice.
Yeah, you can sit behind. They do podcasts now. You just sit behind the microphone and talk, and then you know.
Yep. Could be doing that too.
Yeah.
I would like to help the community because I'm interested in a lot of city council things. I don't know where I would like to live. I don't know how much money I'm going to get from Social Security exactly. I know it's probably a lot of money, but I know one thing. I don't know exactly where I want to plot the land and where I want to do something at because not everyone's coming together to say what does the homeless want to change to do because there's not a lot of new renovations for the homeless people. A lot of their Section 8's behind on, like, what do you call it?
Modern.
Remodelizing. Yeah. So I guess I would want to network with people that do rebuilds because I don't see them around often. I see them in more rural places. I haven't seen anything remodeled to know. I will try to help everyone get housed where they can get off of drugs and, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Chill out and find the other habit that they like that gets them that same experience. Beautiful day.
It is. It is. What's it like? What's it like in there? Like I see you. Like obviously, I know you and you charge our stuff and everything. But what's it like? Like when you're in there, if you were going to describe that place and you're going in there first time,
they're overworked and they have explosive attitudes working there. But they have a great spirit outside of working there. They don't like working here because city care is built like a prison. For a city care, like they have a curfew. You have to be there at 6. If you're not there by 6. They have a deadline at 8, and you only can have to work to be able to leave the building. They usually had a different, because I've been shot at numerous times, and also had my jaw dislocated by a staff member there for whatever reason. It was documented incorrectly, or whatever. You only can eat sometimes. There's never any food inside this building, so it sucks. There's some people who can't find any clothing. The shower needs to be pressure washed with bleach more often. Definitely. That's one issue. There's not no pressure washer. I'm not sure why there's not a pressure washer. They need to remodel the whole bathroom in there. They also need to pressure wash the parking lot. That's another gripe. They need a bigger patio, I would say. And I would say they should connect this shelter to this living facility because to say that we're not housed is ridiculous because isn't that a housing program for sober living?
This is sober living, yeah. I think they pay like $5. It's based on income or whatnot, but you can pay.
Why not just build a high ass building behind it, right next to the shelter? You know what I mean? You don't need a parking lot. We can park our cars downtown and go down there to get our cars. That's how they want us to live. They built something down the street from here, so you know what I mean? I don't know. Don't be broken. I'm just a fool. Cause another officer offered me to work at McDonald's. I didn't work at Taco Bell, and they fired me because I passed out and had a seizure. Multiple times I passed out taking gabapentins and some other drugs for seizures, but didn't have a good experience working. Absolutely, I cooking experience. I finally got my medical with the help of OU and other hospitals, OU, Estimate Health, Mercy. I went to a lot of hospitals. They helped me out a lot. Had a lot of issues with attention as well too.
Yeah, St. Anthony's. That's a nice one too.
That was a pretty nice
Yeah,
hospital.
that's the one I was in just
They
last
stole
week.
my phone too though. Integra stole my phone too. That's why I said they had great doctors, but public safety took my phone too many times for me to not gripe about that. Because if I was a dementia or Alzheimer patient, if they didn't realize I had Asperger at that time, they wouldn't have did something so silly as taking my phone and not letting me call my own transportation through my insurance. Because I had to debate what the hell that meant to them in the hospital. I then had to always check myself in for psychiatric evaluation, and it's kind of stupid because they're trying to take power over me every time I go into the hospital mentally. That's not
Don't
constitutionally
give
correct.
Jesus Christ power over you. They can't take nothing from
Right?
that.
Or the meaning of me shall work. That's not Christ, right?
Is it a little bit different when you're going through security and everything? When you're
Now that they have security, because they didn't have security when I first went to City Care. Now that they have security, it's a lot better. Security is very adamant, especially one guy. I don't want to be specific, but one guy there, very specifically, will not let anyone enter in and out this building defiantly. See, with every single person by name. I'm not sure if he knows them first and last name, but I'm pretty sure he knows them by name because he's more firm about his job. He takes it a lot more seriously. Um, I appreciate that because I'm not sleeping tight. I just appreciate the fact that it's not so loud in there. Like it used to be so loud in there.
yeah,
It used to
now
be so
now
loud.
you can sleep.
Now I can sleep, but it's not that it's not loud. I still can't sleep because it's
Yeah,
more activities. But people used to be louder. They just do more activities that are a lot more funner.
yeah.
Look at people a lot more funner than the people that were there before. The people that were there before was just loud and more violent and it's more screaming. But women here, they are more in domestic disputes more often
Yeah,
this year.
domestic. There's a lot of
This year,
domestic violent victims out here. Most
yeah.
people don't understand that a lot of these women out here actually were, I mean, horrible things.
All
So I
kind of
mean,
horrible things. Human
uh,
trafficking,
uh,
especially human stashing and trafficking was a big thing right now.
still with
I'm
the
not sure
stash
where they're
houses,
taking them,
people
but they're
don't even
taking them
understand it.
places.
Yep, all gonna come to the head.
I enjoy tenting, though. It's not really glamping, but I enjoy tenting.
Tenting, yeah, it's not glamping.
It's not glamping, but one thing I like is when it rains. That's the only thing about camping out here is
What
when
would
it
you
rains.
say if there's just a spot set up to where people could throw and set up like maybe 50 tents, make a community, have porta john, have porta showers,
We need a new.
do a
I
trash
need. I
detail in the
personally need a new
community
tent.
as a service.
Yeah.
What-
I helped clean out somebody's tent, even though I didn't ask her permission. I didn't know it was her. She never said anything, but it's been sitting there for so long. I didn't know she had a domestic issue with someone that tried to rape her or whatever. Didn't know that that person came back after I cleaned it, which is crazy. I don't know what demonic activity let him back over here.
Oh, there's only one demonic activity. That's the serpent beneath our feet. He's squirming. Yep. If you look, I mean, on even on paper, some of the predators, like on paper, that if you look, that are around women out here, it's crazy.
I had an issue with a guy with my sister at I want to say Bed Bath & Beyond with a pillowcase. I seen his ass in the wheelchair now. I told him I was gonna run him over with my car if you don't get your ass off, your hands off her ass. I'm gonna run him over with my car. I think I didn't because like I didn't have a gun with me, but I was sitting there thinking she told me to stop, but she let her the fuck go. Her Twin Peaks outfit, yeah. I get where you coming from. Predators don't. They
Have
do
you
wild
ever
things.
seen anybody roll up and snatch women in a vehicle?
I have before, but not here.
Not here. Where's you seen that at?
California.
California?
Yeah.
What part?
I'm not sure what part I was in. Probably Long Beach.
Long Beach
Probably
area.
Long Beach. Somewhere closer to Long Beach. Excuse me. Yeah. Gotta go, you gotta go.
They say better out and in. All right.
Better it smell like potatoes than it smelling like brown biscuits.
All right, so we're just looking for some cool barber stuff, clipper stuff. While we wait on the court stuff. You want to go tomorrow? I'm going to Rhonda.
You going where?
I'll get an Uber.
Where?
We're going to go down to the Social Security, whatever the DHS, Human Services, get a copy of her Social Security award letter. It's the only thing holding up for her to get into her place right now. A piece of paper.
I mean, I can't go. I don't know my time is doing right now, but yeah, I can go.
You can roll up in the courthouse.
Excuse me. May I have another cigarette, Michael? No. Arthur. That's my favorite son.
Michael Lewis Arthur.
Am I messed up your rug? Yeah. Just in the shade.
We'll get you one of these, Lawrence. Yeah. We'll get you one of those. There's Zeus.
I do. I heard you, man.
Easy. Easy, like, I'm out of here. Puppies.
We can do this, Lola. Yes, we can.
Just sitting there being good.
She walked into camp here about an hour and a half ago. Starving ribs sticking out. Just walked in my tent, plopped down on the sleep bag, and went to sleep 45 minutes. She's been here ever since. She done ate.
I'm thinking he's going to be a ham. He's going to be a big old ham.
That's Lola. She looks like she's just newly. I mean, if she's been out 2 weeks, I'll be surprised.
I'd be astonished if it's been 2 weeks. Yeah,
She's got black and white claws.
Pretty. Oh, there he is. Oh. What a good way, huh? God is good. God is good, huh, Grayson? Amen.